All right, as you all may know by now, if you follow my platform, Safaree, the ex of Nicki Minaj, kind of how he got his first claim to fame, being the quiet guy with Nicki Minaj. He has now launched his own career, no longer with Nicki's. Nicki's been in a couple public relationships. Safaree now has a new record out called Hunted, promoting the record, doing all the nightclubs. He was robbed a couple nights ago at gunpoint. He claims that a couple men came up to him and his chef. He had just dropped his security off, and they put him on the ground and held him at gunpoint and took everything from him. A total of $183,000 worth of jewelry was stolen by from Safaree, and that's according to him, right? That includes a $60,000 AP on the wrist, couple chains, pinky ring, some bracelets as well that are probably about 5 to 10 a piece. Now, Famulos, who's usually on the money with her news, she is reporting that Safaree got robbed by some people he knows. Some people around him set him up. Now, again, these two guys have been captured. They were caught on foot. They actually wrecked the car that they used to steal from Safaree, and they were captured by police on foot. There's one more guy on the loose last time I checked. Now, here's the controversy. Safaree decided to do an Angie Martinez interview a few hours after the robbery. He said he had never did Angie's show as an artist, right? Of course, he had accompanied Nicki there before, but never as an artist himself. He was psyched for it. He was geeked for it. Angie Martinez, legendary interview. But Safaree was clearly shaken up throughout the interview. I mean, stumbling through the first few minutes of it, discussing how he's not in the streets, he's a grown-ass man, and he just wants justice, how he hopes the police does their due diligence. And he now had to hop on social media to justify him going to the police. He says, seeing your life flash before your eyes is a life-changing experience. Nothing funny about it. It's probably only funny to people who don't have anything or never experienced it. My uncle was killed in a robbery, so when thinking about my situation, all I think about is him. Safaree continued by saying, I'm not crying over lost jewelry. That's material. But being faced and not knowing if you're about to get shot in the back of your head is the most traumatic thing I've ever had to deal with. Thank God I'm still alive. They want me broken, but all they did was make a beast out of me. Now, I think it's worth noting that T.I. did randomly hop into the shade room to give his thoughts on this situation. He said, it's a cold world. You better get a sweater. I will say this, and I don't have much of a comment or a commentary on this particular subject. I will say this. It's funny to see which celebrities people clown when things happen because of perception. Usually the guys that are deemed the nice guys, they always get no sympathy in certain situations. And I'm not going to say anything specifically about T.I. because I really do love T.I.'s music, right? And I'm looking forward to my interview with him at some point in the future. But I definitely would say this, man. I think as a society, we gotta stop justifying when it's black on black crime, which I'm not 100% sure if that's what it is, but I'm pretty sure we're talking about some black on black crime with the robbery of Safaree's jewelry and the gun pointed at his head. When it's black on black crime, we're cool with saying it's a cold world, get a sweater. But when we're fighting for the justices or the injustices rather of black and brown people, we don't have the cold world get a sweater mentality. And I'm a guy who's ready to get in the ring and fight for the injustices of black people, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm cool or comfortable with my own people committing crimes. Just my opinion. You can take that for what it's worth. Thank y'all for the time, love, support. Don't take it for granted. Safaree responds to everyone who was clowning him for crying during an interview. He's saying, look, it was a traumatizing experience for me. And T.I. left a comment to him saying, look, it's a cold world, get a sweater. And I agree, it's a cold world out here for sure. But to leave that type of commentary for no reason, especially as if it's justifying that robbery is cool, it's part of the streets, but still trying to fight for the rights of black and brown people, because in so many ways we're being robbed. I'm not with that either. You know, y'all call me what y'all want to call me, but I ain't with that either. Thank y'all for the time, no support. Don't take it for granted. Salute. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram at itsmrtaliaferro.
want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.